And initially, it was about cutting off the supply to the two most dangerous players.
Now, in 4 of the last 6 games, Manchester United have come back to get a result, not least against Juventus in midweek. Can you see that happening today?
Okay, hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Good morning. How's everybody doing? So, I got my notepad out, so if anybody comes by and wants to drop their sobriety date, so I can write it down on the calendar. Welcome to the channel. So, I just got done watching a video, and I've got to talk to you guys about it. And if you haven't seen the video, I want to encourage you to go over and watch it. The creator's channel is called Charles Gross. G-R-O-S-S, Charles. And it's the Why I Went to Rehab video. And I want to come on here and just talk to you guys. I just got finished watching this video. My name's Nicole. I'm a recovering addict. I've been sober since July 13th of 2015. And I struggle with mental illness and addiction to opiates, Xanax, methamphetamine, cocaine, weed, alcohol, just basically anything I can put in my mouth or in a syringe or up my nose. So, or smoke. So, I just got done watching his video and wow, it's like the level of denial is out of control and it makes me sad because I remember being there whenever I was, you know, trying to get better and kind of going back and forth between treatment centers. Charles just got done going to treatment for 5 days, y'all. 5 days, okay? Let me give you a background on Charles. He is from a wealthy family, very wealthy. I'm talking to the point where he is able to go and buy Louis Vuitton shoes, Louis Vuitton purses. These are shoes that cost $10,000, purses that cost thousands of dollars. What is those really expensive purses that everybody carries around nowadays? They start with a B, I think. Oh, no, an H. Hermes purses. Those are like $30,000. Okay, and this kid, he can afford those things. Okay, no hate. I understand. Like, if I could afford those things, I'm sure I would, you know. But the level of care that he's able to get because he can afford to pay for private pay insurance, private pay treatment, is substantially different than someone who's like me, who has been to state-funded facility after state-funded facility. And then I did get this last treatment center I went to 3 years ago was private pay and insurance, and I had insurance, so I was able to go to a treatment center where they had better resources, you know. So Charles comes on and he's talking to us about how he's going back and forth on whether he wants to tell us why he went to treatment for 5 days, y'all. That's it. And I understand that there's different modalities for treatment. Like, some treatments are 30 days, some treatments are 60 days, some treatments are 90 days. Okay, but Charles is struggling with substance abuse. He is using drugs to cope with his feelings. And while he sits there and tells us that he's not addicted to these drugs, he, in the same sentence, tells us that he uses them to not feel. He uses these drugs to change the way he feels. So it makes me question what doctors are giving him the okay to leave and only be there for 5 days. Like, is that really in his best interest? Is he really getting the help that he needs? He's struggling with his mental health. Like, he basically said that when he entered into treatment on Thursday, that he was catatonic. Like, he couldn't even talk. He was so distraught. And these doctors signed him out after 5 days. It's like, what treatment? Now, I understand, like, he's probably getting to see doctors around the clock, therapists around the clock, because it is a private pay situation. But that he just got released out from treatment, a 5-day treatment. into the same environment that he left. The same problems are still there. The same shopping addiction, the same substances he was abusing when he left. Everything. And the only way anything is going to change for Charles is if he changes everything. He only has to change one thing, and that's everything. It seems to be that he has this back and forth. Like this is something that he's become accustomed to, is going back and forth, you know. Heather, yes, and I just got done watching his video because I was commenting below because I have struggled with the disease of addiction for 10 plus years, and mental health and binge eating disorder. And I've been sober for 3 years. July 13th, I just celebrated 3 years sober. And all the centers I've ever been to, even when I was just admitted for like a 72-hour stay because I was a danger to myself or others, even after I got out of the 72-hour stay, it was recommended for me to go somewhere else. And so what I'm thinking that's happening is that he's seeing like his doctor. Maybe he's going in, it's private pay, and I'm sure, like I'm saying, that if he's not willing to invest into his recovery, then he is not going to recover. Just like he invests in his purses and his bags and his shoes, he has to invest into his treatment to get better. Hey, Cher. It's not an overnight success story. You're not going to come out after 5 days of intensive therapy, okay, and be cured. The therapy that Charles is going to have to undergo to even have a halfway normal life is going to take years for him to be able to recover from some of the things that he is taking on now. Addiction to substances is no joke, and they might not be illicit substances. Xanax. Do you know how easy it is to get addicted to anxiety medications? It is probably one of the hardest drugs to get off of. You can die if you quit Xanax cold turkey, or Klonopin cold turkey, or Valium cold turkey. You can go into seizures and die. And I also feel like what a waste of an opportunity. What a waste of amazing resources, because there are so many other people who are struggling with mental illness and the disease of addiction who would kill to have the resources that Charles has. But what he has going on in his life is he has family members who are enabling him. He has family members who don't want to invest in him getting better because they have the money to invest in him. The best thing that his family could do for him was to take that money away from him and make him start from the ground up. Make him hit rock bottom. Charles has lost his damn mind, and his family is slowly helping him kill himself by being there and allowing him. Oh, thanks, Heather. Oh, Cher, you're doing fine, girl. You just keep on going on at the rate you're going. You take your time. But you guys, it kind of makes me mad watching Charles, because I want to pick him up and shake him by his little bony body and tell him, do you realize that you have a once in a chance lifetime? You're worth living a good life. You are a smart, beautiful, good looking guy. I mean, you have the world at your fingertips. What could be so bad? You know? I really do feel like these treatment centers, these doctors, I feel like what they're doing to him is they're enabling him to die. And it might not happen soon. It might happen later. But we're going to read about Charles, and he's not going to be with us much longer if he keeps on going at the rate he's going. He doesn't understand what he's fooling with. Substance abuse disorder is no game. And if you don't know what you're going through, if you don't know who you're fucking with, you can get killed. You can die from an overdose. You can get raped. He puts himself in compromising situations with men. And I know it's because he doesn't feel good about himself. You know how I know? Because I did the same exact thing. I put myself in compromising situations with men that I'd never met in my life to get what I wanted. And I see Charles going down that same exact road. And his mom and his dad, his sister, I think he has a sister, right? They're just watching him do it. The minute he tried to go into treatment for 5 days, his mom should have stepped off in front of him and said, "No, honey, you're going away for a minute. And we'll see you in 90 days. Charles Gross. Go check out his channel share. Gross. I'm sure they have insurance. I'm sure they can afford for Charles to go away to get the treatment he deserves for 90 days. And if they don't have the resources, then you know what? There is free resources out there, state funded. I know because I've been to them, and that's the thing. Like, it doesn't matter if you go to a state funded facility or a 5-star treatment center. If you're willing to change and you want to be better, you will do it. It's all about this willingness and your perspective. You have got to focus on doing better for you and wanting to have a better life for yourself. I feel like Charles, because he has like unlimited resources to cash, that he almost takes life for granted. Like, yeah, Heather, okay, girl, I understand. And no, he hasn't even came close to hitting rock bottom. You know why? Because Charles's family keeps catching him, and they keep on patting the fall. He is not anywhere close to hitting rock bottom, and that's what's going to have to happen for him to get any kind of recovery. He's going to have to. It's sad, you guys, but I almost feel like by enabling him to live in his nice house, by enabling him to have the nice things he has, by enabling him to only go to treatment for 5 days, like, they're basically signing over his death certificate. He has to want more for himself, and he has to take responsibility for what he's doing and his addiction, and stop denying it, because he has an addiction. He has a shopping addiction, he has a drug addiction, and he also has mental illness. Okay, and those all go hand in hand. So instead of denial, instead of coming on here, like, man, if you see this Charles Gross, which I doubt you will, but if you see this video, do yourself a favor, man. Get off the internet, get off of social media, and go check yourself into a place where you can get the help you need, and stay for longer than 30 days. Stay for 60 days if you can, even 90, because the amount of work that has to be done on the inside, it's nothing compared. Quitting drugs is the easy part. That's the easy part. The hard part is working on what's going on in here, in our minds, and in our hearts, and learning how to cope with those feelings, and learning how to not use outside substances or money or bags or stiletto shoes or makeup or facials, all the things that you get done to make yourself feel better. If you don't feel good about yourself on the inside, it's not going to matter. You can go get as many plastic procedures as you want, as much collagen and filler as you want, But if you don't love you for who you are, you're going to continue you are going to continue to repeat this vicious cycle until you die. And if you're lucky, you won't die of an overdose, or you won't die by getting raped and beaten and murdered by some man that you meet up with, because you know how you put yourself in compromising situations. So I just wanted to make this video because I knew I could say it better than I could write it on the comments of his video. And I really want him to take and invest in himself. Stop investing in purses. Stop investing in shoes. Stop investing in clothes and facials and haircuts and all those things. Invest in yourself. Because without yourself, you got nothing. And you're going to die. Hey, classy bitch. Oh, Lord. I could go into a whole new live stream about Charles. But you know what? I know that he has been on Suboxone, and I saw him post his hold on, let me stop this stream and I'm going to come right back. Okay? I'm going to upload this and then we're going to do a second live stream. So I'll be right back. I'm going to upload this.